I'm excited to be
This
here.
meeting is being recorded.
Yay. How's your weekend been?
Oh, good. Good. Yeah, it's been busy. A lot, like 3 soccer games yesterday, and then we went to my aunt and uncle's house in Port Orchard. My mom's in town, and so
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. We still don't have water, but I might got to shower at my neighbor's house. So,
Why don't you guys have water?
there's a leak in our main water line. So
Ugh, it's so crazy, all the things we take for granted,
I know, I know. I'm like, running water is such a luxury.
right? Well,
Hi,
and I,
Jesse. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Shauna. So glad you ladies are here. This is so exciting. I know, I'm like, oh, water is such a luxury. Oh my God.
our fridge went out, and like
Oh
that's a big thing
no.
you take for granted is just always being able to have fresh food available.
Yes, yeah. Like, oh my gosh.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking this little, it's like a purple tea drink. It's pretty delicious. Got a little caffeine in it. So I'm like, need a little something to pump me up. Okay. Well, it is 10 o'clock. I will not keep you all. I will get started right away because it's Sunday and I value your time and I'm so glad you're all here. Okay, I'm going to share this. I can also share my face too if you guys want to see my face. I don't know if it matters to you or not, but yeah, welcome. I am so glad you're all here and I just want to take a moment to like congratulate you for being here and actually taking the time for you because I know our lives are so busy. We all have so much going on, and to take the time for yourself is really big. I know I struggled with like taking time for myself and taking care of myself. I always felt guilty doing anything for myself, especially on the weekends, and it was taking away from family time or like taking care of other people. I just didn't feel like I had enough value to take care of myself. And so it's really important that you are here and you're taking the time to invest in yourself and take care of yourself. So I'm really glad you're here. Excuse me. And so thank you for being here. I know you could be anywhere else on this Sunday, but you're here. So I am just very, very happy and excited you're here. And I'm just, like even if you get one thing out of this, like I'm going to consider that a win. I hope you get way more out of that than just one thing. But, any little thing that you can take and implement and start feeling better is a win in my book. And so just super excited you're here. Grateful you're here. And if you don't know about me, here's a little bit about me. I have been sober for 10 years. And when I was drinking, I was really self-destructive. I always wanted to be a healthy person, but I just couldn't figure it out. And I was stuck in this cycle of like self-sabotaging or like getting drunk and then eating shitty food. And then I would be hungover the next day and I would feel bad and eat crap and just like was really self-destructive. I'm now down 50 pounds postpartum and I've been able to maintain a 50-pound postpartum weight loss, but I was in a cycle of like gaining weight and losing weight, gaining weight and losing weight. And I just couldn't figure it out because I would like gain 30 pounds and I'd lose it again. And then I would, gain 20 pounds and lose 10 pounds. So I just was like on this up and down and it just like never felt good and I just could never figure it out. Um, but I like most of you, I am busy like everyone else, there's just a lot going on. My kids are in sports all the time. We have soccer practice 5 nights a week, games on the weekends, managing their schedules along with my schedule and still trying to manage like self-care and take care of myself. We run a business running some sober living houses and rental properties. And so I run all the books for that as well as managing the family and the household. But I really have been able to ditch the idea of diets and I eat a lot of food and I feel full and satisfied, which for me is a big win because I freaking love food. Like food is my love language. And I just always thought I had to like eat as little as possible. But I found that the mindful method makes nutrition feel like effortless and fun and weight loss feel effortless and fun, which I just like never thought was possible. Because I was like, there's just no way. Like I just either have to like restrict and work out as much as possible, but it just like never worked. And so before I found the mindful method, I was really uncomfortable in my own skin. Like I said, I was 50 pounds overweight. I was drinking a ton. I was self-sabotaging. And it was once I got sober that I really dove into my health and wellness journey. and I started to figure out and learn everything I could about health and wellness. And that was like learning gut health, learning hormone health. And I became certified as a hormone health coach because I'm 42 now and entering perimenopause where it's like brain fog and all this like crazy things that happen where I'm like, emotional and like I'm like, I don't know who I am. What is going on here? But even before this, I really had no idea who I was. I was like, I had very low self-esteem. I mean, I hated summers because I love summer, but I hated summer because I hated getting in a bathing suit and summer clothes, and I was just always wanted to cover up. So like fall and winter were my favorites because I could cover myself up and I could like not have to show off any skin because I would just like my pants were tight, like tying my shoes was uncomfortable, and I really I had so much fear of what people thought of me, and I just felt like I couldn't be myself. Um, I didn't have any confidence. I was like really full of self-hatred. And I was in a cycle where I was like, nothing worked. I felt like nothing worked. I felt like I tried everything and nothing worked for me. And I was like really drowning in motherhood. I'm gonna mute you, Lauren. But now, like, I am 42 years old and I'm in the best shape of my life, which I did not think was possible. And I don't say that to brag, but just because I've never been a naturally thin person. I've never been a person that could just eat whatever I wanted. I always struggled with my weight. I just always was in diet culture where I was like taking hydroxycut, like, what, like all the crazy things, because I just didn't know any different and just continually trying to restrict. And, I feel confident in my own skin now. I feel comfortable in my body, which I just never thought was possible for me. And I eat a ton of food. I eat so much food. I feel full and satisfied, which I did not think was possible because I was like always like 100 calorie packs and eat as little as possible. But I've really learned that I can't eat a lot. I only do like 20 to 30-minute workouts at home 5 days a week. I actually feel like present in motherhood and present in my life. I'm able to find gratitude and joy and just like even through negative hard things, like we have no water, and it's like I get to look at the great thing of it is like we have the nicest neighbors who are letting me shower over there and they're going to let me do laundry over there, like we've got all these people in our lives that are like great positive people, and it's like it's not really not the end of the world, so I can really change my mindset around things like that. um and I've also learned like it's none of my business what anyone else thinks of me, and I get to live my life for me. And I just want you to know that like taking care of yourself is not selfish. Like it's really setting an example for the people in your life, for your parents, your kids, whoever else is in your life. You're showing an example for them. And I will say like even with my brother was really struggling with his weight, and we went over some of the mindful method stuff together. And he's like, I'm just inspired by you because you're like taking care of yourself. So it's even the people around you that you wouldn't think are like notice. And I get to like be myself. I'm proud of myself. I'm not living my life for anyone else. And it feels really good. So I will say stick around till the end. I hope you stick around to the end because there's going to be a bonus offer and also a gift for everyone. And then yeah, so you'll be able to scan, if you have your phone, you'll be able to scan it with a little QR code. So you're definitely in the right place if you felt like I felt, where you just felt like nothing was working. And if you've tried everything, you're tired of dieting, you're feeling like overwhelmed by all the things, like there's so much information out there that it can be very overwhelming. And so if you're ready for like a stress-free approach where you can have your food without having to restrict, and you're like, you don't have to cut foods out, um, and you're like really ready to take care of yourself, and you want something that's like fun and sustainable and you can actually take into your busy lives and it will fit into your busy lives, then you're definitely in the right place. And I'm so glad that you're here. So thank you for being here and happy Sunday. Okay, so this is a little bit about what you're going to learn. You're going to learn my mindful method, which, like I said, has just been an absolute game changer for me. And it's all like simple, easy steps that you can take to make nutrition and weight loss feel effortless and fun. I'll show you how you can break free from diet culture and like why restriction doesn't work, and then what you can actually do instead. And then also one of my favorite parts is showing you how to build each meal, like how to build a balanced plate. Like I'll show you how to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner in a way where you're not like weighing and measuring everything. I did work with a personal trainer for a while where I was weighing and measuring all my food and counting macros, and I saw results, but for me it wasn't sustainable. I felt like I could never go out to eat with my friends. I felt like I was like stuck, and I felt miserable. I felt starving all the time. I was like, this cannot be it. Like, I'm so hungry and I'm miserable, and this is like not fun for me. So this will not be that. And this is an absolute game changer because there is so much information out there. And this will make it simple and break everything down for you. And I just want to show you how easy it can be when you're truly aligned with your priorities in your body. And I promise you, it will not be as hard as you think if you're willing to take care of yourself. So, okay, so go and get your phone. I also emailed this to you, and you can go ahead and scan that QR code. I'm going to scan it too. And you can have this up for later. We'll work through this together. This is the self-coaching model, and it's just such an incredible tool. So we'll work on that a little bit later, but at least you have that. And like I said, I did email it to you in the last email that I sent out about an hour ago. I'm just going to turn my, I have like a frog in my throat or something. I'm going to turn my phone on Do Not Disturb so I don't get messages and get distracted here. And so another fun exercise we're going to do also, since you have your phone already, if you have Instagram, go to Instagram and go to your page. And then you can go over to your settings. So if you go to your page, like on the bottom right, there's like the picture of you, and then you can go to like the little hamburgers, which is the settings. And then you can go to your activity, and it'll tell you your time spent. So if you see that, you can drop it in the chat or just write it down or remember it. But for mine is 49 minutes every day. That's how much I'm on Instagram right now. I would think it'd be a lot more because I'm on there all the time creating content. But okay, remember that number, write it down. We're going to come back to that. Come back to that later. But this is a little bit about like the thoughts that you're having that are like impacting where you, if you're not where you want to be on your health journey. And so we're going to go through a lot of thoughts. But if you're showing up for yourself and you're having thoughts like nothing works for me, I've gained weight, I feel gross, like why even try? Nothing is working. If you're thinking I'm only working out to lose weight, you're having these thoughts, or if you're thinking like taking care of your health is an expense, that's going to lead to certain feelings. So if you could think about just one thought that you're having right now about your health or about where you're at, and like a negative thought that you have with that. I know for me, it was always like, I've gained weight, I feel so gross. And that led me to feeling like shit. And I feel bad about myself. I would beat myself up. I would feel discouraged. I would feel like inadequate. Nothing was working. And those would lead to my actions. And so the actions that I would have when I was having those thoughts, like I would give up. I would say, fuck it. I would binge eat. Binge eating was something I always really struggled with. I would like compare myself to others, like, oh, she's just lucky. She's just naturally skinny. I'm not like that. I'll never be like that. Um, Looking for validation, not taking care of yourselves. So this is just like the beginning of what we'll learn more is how your thoughts really lead to your feelings, and then your feelings lead to your actions. And we'll talk about how you can have better thoughts and better feelings and then have different actions. I do want to introduce Sasha. So Sasha is a dear friend of mine. We've been friends for probably 20 years, no, 10 years, but we just started working together a couple years ago. And when we started working together, I had no idea that she was struggling. I just saw her as this like shining bright light. And that's where like what we do as women, right? Like we put on this face like we have it all together, everything's great, I have this amazing life. And that's what I thought. But I had no idea what she was struggling with underneath all of that. And when she finally started to work with me, I found out that she was binge eating. She was struggling with postpartum depression and rage, and she was like raging out on her husband. She was working full time and just had no time to work out. She didn't have a plan. She was struggling with digestion issues. Like she wasn't going to the bathroom on a regular basis and was in a lot of pain because of that. She was really struggling to stay happy. And she'd had at the time we started working together, she had a toddler, and then she was struggling with infertility on her side with her second. And she was really unhappy. And we started working together. We started working through the mindful method together. She started using mindful nutrition and became aware of her binge eating, which was a huge win for her. She just had her second baby, so she's got two girls. She was able to get pregnant naturally after years of struggling. She had really resolved. We worked through the gut health program together. She is going to the bathroom on a regular basis. Like, I don't know about you, but that's a huge win. And it gives me chills to think about it because it's just like working together, making a few small shifts, like completely changed her life. Not only was she feeling better, but she was a better mom. She was showing up more present. Um, she had a workout routine she could do at home, and she was able to like really notice her behaviors and make changes and was just like happier and calmer. And so this is why I do what I do, because I see it work for me, and then to see it work for other people and have it completely change their lives, like it is everything to me. Like I left my over 10-year career as a mortgage loan officer to do this because it's so much more fulfilling to me, and to be able to help women feel their best is like it's a dream come true for me. So I'm just really glad you guys are here. Okay, I'm gonna teach you guys the mindful method, get into everything, and then just like how you can change your relationship with food. Okay, so this is the model. I know you might not think like your thoughts have anything to do with weight loss or feeling better, but it has everything to do with it. Like I know for me, my thoughts were holding me back and keeping me stuck in this negative cycle. And so this is what you scanned is this is the model. This is a tool that you can take and use at any time. You can print it out or you can do it on a separate sheet of paper. And you can basically use it for anything. You can use it for things you're struggling with. We're going to stick to more of like the mindset around nutrition and wellness for this call, but I'm happy to jump on a call too and work on anything, like any kind of self-limiting beliefs. I will go and journal and model on. But it's so you can uh, have awareness around your thoughts and shift your thinking so you can have different results. Um, and so I say this all the time. If you know me, you've heard me say this, but your thoughts really impact your feelings, and your feelings impact your actions, and then your actions impact your results. So if you can have, and this is a cycle, right? So if you're having these negative thoughts, you're going to have the negative feelings, you're going to take the negative actions, and then your results are going to be negative. And so then you keep having the negative thoughts, and it's a spiral. So if you can stop the thoughts and have better thoughts, then you're going to have better feelings about it, you're going to take better actions, and you're going to see incredible results. So, and that's a cycle too. And I'm going to show you how you can break the cycle. And I'll explain this worksheet to you. When you're writing this out, the daily brain dump, you can always write this on a different sheet of paper too, so you have a little bit more room. And then I'll explain what the CTFAR stand for. Just so you know when you're trying to fill this out on your own too, that the C stands for circumstance. So a circumstance is a fact. It's something that can be proven in court. It's not a thought that you're having. It can be a number, something without out. So it's like something that can be proven in court. It's like very matter of fact, not a thought or a feeling. The T stands for thought. So that is the thought that gets triggered by your circumstance. And we make up stories in our heads about what something means. It's just a neutral circumstance, right? There's no story behind it, but our brain and our stories and everything we've been through project a thought, and we make it mean something. So what did we make it mean? And then F is for feeling. So feeling is the vibration in your body that is fueled by your thought. So we can just like look at one at a time. And A is for action. That's the actions that you do or don't take in response to how you feel. So notice that your actions don't just happen, they're always connected to your thoughts and feelings, which is mind-blowing, right? Okay, and R is for result, and this is the effect of your action. So your brain also learns from your thoughts, feelings, and actions. The result always reinforces what you think. So there again, it's just a cycle. And so we can even do this with Sasha. So I have my example in here of when I was struggling, but we could even fill this out for Sasha. So let's just say Sasha was I can't remember. I think she said she was like 40 pounds overweight. So Sasha is 40 pounds overweight, and her thought was like, I don't have any time for me. I'm super like I have a really busy life. And then her feelings were that she was feeling like super frustrated. She was angry. Um, she was feeling uncomfortable in her own skin. Nothing worked for her. And so her action was that she just didn't take any action. And her results were things just continued to get worse for her and never better. And so, what we can do to have a better thought is we can do sample bridge thoughts. So, I can say, like, I am willing to believe. So, say it's me or it's Sasha, like, we're stuck in it, not feeling well. And you can do this for yourself too. It's like, I'm open to thinking I can take care of myself. It feels good to believe that I take care of myself. It feels good to believe I'm going to lose the weight. It feels good for me that this is actually going to work. It feels good to me that something actually works. It feels good to me to believe that I can take care of myself, that I will feel better, that things will get better. And so you can start to have these positive sample bridge thoughts, and that will actually change the way you feel. Like this is so incredibly powerful. Like it has absolutely changed my life because I'm a person, I live in my head. I'm just like can be so negative and spiral so bad, and I can stop and I don't have to say, no, that's not true, but I can look for ways that something else is possible. I can look for ways a different possibility. Like I'm choosing to become someone who takes care of myself. I am becoming a person that eats healthy. I'm becoming a person who takes care of myself. So these are really powerful, and you have this in your packet too, so you can always refer back to that. And you can ask yourself belief building questions. This is really powerful. And I love this so much. So instead of saying like what isn't working, ask yourself what is working. Ask yourself what is in your control. How is this better? Like who do you want to show up as for the people in your life? Who do you want to show up as for yourself? Um, and how are you already prepared for this? And what's one idea you could test today? So these are super powerful to creating different thoughts and creating different results. Okay, so if we look at this, um, this is the unintentional model. This is where we have our first thought, and you can't ever control your first thought. So I'm not saying you're never going to have negative thoughts. That's just not possible. We can't control our first thought. But what we can do with awareness and being more mindful of these things is choosing to have a better second thought. So our circumstance is staying the same. So Sasha is staying the same. She was stuck in depression. She didn't have a routine. She was so uncomfortable. She was struggling with digestion, thought nothing worked for her. And so her circumstances are the same in both. But after we talked through like having some belief building questions and asking herself that and having some better thoughts, she thought, okay, like all I have to do is follow the mindful method, and this will be fun, and I can drop the weight with ease. And she started telling herself like, okay, like I can try this. Like I'm willing to believe this is going to work. And the feeling that she had when she was having that, like if you think about the struggle that you're having, if you feel like you're uncomfortable in your own skin or whatever it is, and you keep beating yourself up, and if you think to yourself like, I think this could be possible, that think about how you feel. Like the feeling is so much better. Like I just feel better. And like Sasha started feeling excited, and she started feeling encouraged, and she started to eat better, and she started to take better action. And then the result of that is that she actually starts to see results. And then she's in the cycle here where she's like continuing to take better actions. She's having better thoughts like this is working. I feel great. And she's just actually starting to make changes, and you start perpetuating it because it's a cycle. And so it's just so exciting to see like these small shifts, like it doesn't have to be that huge to make all the difference in the world. And so this is the difference between like a low value action and a high value action. And I believe 100% that like what you focus on expands. And so if you're focused on negativity and you're focused on what isn't working and you're focused on how you feel bad, like you're going to be stuck there and that's all that you're going to see. And so when you're taking low value actions, like beating yourself up, shaming yourself, not celebrating your wins, your negative self-talk, you're judging yourself, you're stuck in that negative cycle of spiral. But when you start having like taking the high value actions and you're self-coaching, you're doing this model, you're like not self-sabotaging, you know, because you're actually have awareness around it and you're being vulnerable and you're asking for help, like that's when change happens. You're taking messy action and you know that it's not okay, you know it's okay to not have to be perfect. And I'm telling you, like celebrating your wins, no matter how small they are, matters because it's the same thing. What you focus on expands. And if you're focusing and celebrating your wins, they start to expand and you start to see those and you just start to feel better. And so it's all a cycle. And, you know, it really does matter. So, okay, so this is Izzy. I also love Izzy so much. And, you know, it's just a testament to how powerful these tools are and what can happen when you just make small shifts. So Izzy was 174 pounds when we started working together. She was working out all the time. She was doing all the things, but she was really frustrated. She was like, nothing is working for me. Like, I don't know what is going on. I'm eating, I'm exercising, and I'm just feeling super frustrated. So we jumped on some one-on-one calls together. We worked through the model together. We worked through some thoughts that she was having. We went through some food logs of hers together, and we were just able to make really small shifts, like small shifts. And I'm telling you, she's down to 143 pounds, like her lowest weight. She feels so much stronger. And, you know, like we made small shifts, like she was putting peanut butter in her smoothies. And so what we did instead of having peanut butter in her smoothie, we had her shift to peanut butter powder, which I know it seems like a silly, small shift, but it made such a difference in her life. And I'm telling you, it's like the small, seemingly insignificant things over time that make a huge impact. So if you haven't read The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, like I highly recommend it. It's such a great book. And it's the same thing. It's just about like small shifts that you can take over time that make such a huge difference in our lives. Um, so it is very, very powerful. Okay. Next slide. I hope you're all still with me here. Yeah, okay. Okay, good. I'm glad you're here. And I had to put on a jacket earlier because I'm cold and now I'm hot. Okay, so this is how we're gonna have a new mindset. Let me just tab through these. I don't know why my tab isn't working. Here we go. And this is similar to the model as well, but really taking a look at your old mindset versus your new mindset. So if your old mindset is I will never lose this weight, I've gained all this weight, nothing works for me, like why even try? Taking care of my health is expensive, or I just work out for my mental or for my physical health. We can look at having a better second, like a better mindset around that. And thinking like I can do anything, it's okay to drop it. Really stopping yourself when you're having those negative thoughts. And think about that you know, you get to work out for your mental health because you feel better when you're working out, when you feel better physically. You can lose the weight, you will lose the weight. Taking care of your health is an investment because we truly only have one body, and our health is the most important asset that we'll ever have. And once it's gone, it's gone. And so it's so important for us to invest in ourselves and take care of ourselves. Um, and just know that you can feel sluggish or energized. So these are the pillars. This is the meat and potatoes of the mindful method. And I don't know about you, but I know like a lot of my clients, it was just a complete mind blown. And for me, it was. I know this stuff is so simple, but it just changed absolutely everything. So the first pillar of the mindful method is eat good, feel good. And I just love this. Actually, hang on, I think I skipped one. No, I didn't. Okay. Eat good, feel good. So when you eat good, you feel good, right? And when you eat like junk, you feel like junk. And so for me, I have a lot of food sensitivities. I am allergic to soy, and I would just eat things that had soy anyways. I'd be like, I don't care. I'm just gonna eat it. And it used to be I'd feel bad for one day, and now it's like if I eat anything with soy, I feel bad for 2 days. And I would also like one of my other kryptonites is cookies. Like I love cookies. I would go to PCC and they have these like vegan oat milk chocolate chip cookies, and I would get like five and eat five at the grocery store, and I'd feel so sick. I'm like, I cannot keep doing this. Like I feel awful. This is insane. Like, what am I doing? And I kept saying to myself, I said this mantra over and over again, like when I eat good, I feel good. and I had to do something differently. So I'm taking that pause and I want to really think about how I want to feel after I eat. And so it helps me to really pick food that fuels my body, because when I'm eating food that is like nourishing, I feel amazing. But when I'm eating garbage, I feel so sluggish. And so reminding myself, like, I don't want to just eat something that's going to make me feel good for 10 seconds and feel awful for days. Like, I'm going to eat something that makes me feel good all day, because food truly is either medicine or it's poison. And so when you eat good, you feel good. And also, if you have good choices, you'll make good choices. So if you're going to stock your fridge with foods that you actually want to choose, you're going to choose those foods. If you have like healthy options around, you're going to be able to reach for them. But if you only have crap choices around, that is all you're going to reach for. And so, like, for me, I'm always on the go. I'm sure it's the same for a lot of us. We're just like doing a million things, going to a million different places. And, I always make sure to have like healthy snacks with me. And so I love like turkey chomp sticks. That's like a healthy, quick protein. I make sure to like cut up apple slices, just have healthy options with me. So when I'm on the go, I can reach for something good. Because if I'm hungry, I will literally I will eat anything if I'm hungry enough, and then I'll just feel like crap. So make sure you're setting yourself up. You have good stuff around, you'll make good choices. If you have crap around, then you're going to make crap choices. What is this? So another thing, and this is also about awareness and having awareness around um, yourself and knowing yourself. And so be self-aware, not self-destructive. If there's something that you keep buying that you can't stop eating and it's not creating a healthy response for you, this is not like a treat or something, but this is maybe something you don't have control over. And it's also called like food without breaks. So it's something that once you start eating, you can't stop eating. That's like an unhealthy response, because a lot of food is meant to be addictive when it has like it's salty and sugary and oily. Like, food companies know that that shit is addicting and you can't stop eating it. So don't set yourself up for that. If you can't resist it, stop buying it. Like, if you're buying chips or snacks for people in your family or people at your house that you can't stop eating, stop buying it. Like, you get to protect yourself against those sorts of battles. You don't have to set yourself up for battles that you don't need to fight. And you get to protect your environment. To work with you, not against you. And like I said, it's cookies for me. My kids used to love when I bake cookies, but we would bake cookies and I would eat 10 and a half cookies, and they would each take a bite of a cookie, and then I would feel awful. So, and that's just I just know myself, and my kids, they need a healthy mom. They don't need a mom that bakes cookies. And that was a huge aha moment for me, where I was feeling really guilty about not baking the cookies for my kids, but they don't need a mom that's sitting on the couch feeling sick for the rest of the night, right? They'd rather be out playing on the beach or playing at the park or playing a game together. Uh, so but on the flip side of that, that is not to say you cannot, like, I will say to you, like, stuff is not off limits. You're allowed to have yourself treats. Like, if you tell yourself, no, I'm not allowed to have this thing, like, that's the thing in your mind, like the red car. Like, once you start thinking about it, once you start thinking about a red car, that's all you see is a red car. So if you have a treat, like you're thinking about a treat, that's all you want, that's all you'll be able to think about, and then you're obsessing over it. So a treat is part of life. And so you can have a treat. I still do have treats. And when I have a treat, I'm fully enjoying it. And so you've got to be in this like high value cycle versus the low value cycle. So instead of sitting there like beating yourself up over eating something, that's a low value cycle. And you're like stuck in that shame and that guilt. And then you stay stuck. So if you are going to have a treat, fully enjoy that treat. You are allowed to have it. You get to shift your mindset to like you're not cheating, you're like living with intention. You get to fully enjoy the treat without shame, without guilt, without having to start over tomorrow. But I will also say, like, if it's not a full yes and it's a no, let it go. This was also like mind blowing to me, right? Like, if I started eating like a cupcake from a birthday party or something that wasn't really good, I just thought I had to finish it. But let me tell you, like, if you are eating something and you are not fully enjoying it, and it's just like you're eating it, you're like, this is not good. Like, stop eating it. You don't have to eat it. If it's not bringing you joy, like, stop mid-bite, spit it out, do whatever you need to do, throw it away. Like, if it's soggy or stale or gross, it's not worth it. Stop eating it. Like, always thought I had to finish it. I grew up with grandparents who made us finish everything off of our plate for dinner. And if we didn't finish it, we had to eat it for breakfast. So I always thought I had to finish my food. I didn't understand the concept of like, if I wasn't enjoying it, I didn't have to eat it. And this was a huge game changer for me. So you are not a human garbage disposal. It's better in the wastebasket than on your waste. You don't have to finish it. Um, and what you don't see won't tempt you. So this is very similar to another pillar we talked about earlier. But if you have healthy foods visible, like this is more to do with like your counter space, right? Like if your counters, if you have like junk food out, if you have chips out, you're going to be more likely to eat that. It's like out of sight, out of mind, right? Like whatever's in front of you is going to be in your thoughts and drive your choices. So it's best to have like fresh fruits and fresh vegetables like nearby and visible instead of having junk food in. Like if you do have to keep junk food in the house, keep it where you can't see it and you're not tempted by it. Like somebody brought over these damn shortbread cookies to my house and they just sat on the corner and on the counter. And so I just kept a walk by and I'd eat one. I'm like, oh, this is the same thing. Like if it's on the counter, I'm gonna eat it. And I finally just put them in the pantry and then I stopped eating them. Like I know myself, I cannot be tested with cookies because I will eat them. That is my kryptonite. Um, and remember, like this is progress, not perfection. You do not have to be perfect. You get to just like try and keep trying. And you do not have to be perfect, just consistent and keep showing up for yourself. Every small step forward counts. So don't discount any sort of win that you make and make sure to celebrate every single win, everything that you try. This is about being gentle and kind and having self-compassion for yourself. Growth happens over time, not overnight. And allow yourself to make mistakes and don't beat yourself up over it. It's so important to have self-compassion for yourself. And it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Like all or nothing used to be my middle name. Like if I had a cookie or something bad, I'd be like, oh, well, I'll just eat whatever today and go completely off the rails. And another thing I've heard too is like if you have one flat tire, you're not going to go and slash the rest of your tires, right? You're just going to fix the one tire. So it's the same thing here. You can make a better choice at any point in time. You can start over at any time. If you had a bad breakfast or lunch or whatever, just have a better lunch. You don't have to just like throw the whole day out. There's a lot of gray. It doesn't have to be black or white, all or nothing. You don't have to be perfect or terrible, right? You can make good choices here and there. You can make bad choices, and it's all good. This one for me, this is one of my favorites, although for me it was very hard because, like I said, I was always trying to restrict what I was eating. And so dinner for me, I thought had to be like 200 or 300 calories and like eating as little as possible. But this pillar is dinner was enough, you're enough. This is a concept where you eat dinner and you're done eating for the night. And so what I realized I was doing is I wasn't eating enough at dinner. I wasn't eating enough protein. I wasn't eating enough. I eat a ton of protein. I doubled my protein. I eat a huge big meal of dinner at dinner time. I eat a huge meal. And that way I'm like full for the rest of the night. And I don't overeat to where I'm feeling sick, but I would eat a little dinner. I used to eat just a little dinner. And then at night I would find myself at like 9, 10 p.m. in the pantry, like eating handfuls of popcorn and chocolate, and I would sit and eat spoonfuls of almond butter, because I didn't get enough dinner, and then I'm snacking on things that I don't need. And a couple things is like when you're eating late at night, it really disrupts your hormones and it really disrupts your sleep because you don't need to be digesting food that's going to keep you up and affect your sleep cycles. And so it's really great to have some fasting time. Like I eat dinner at 5 p.m. and then I don't eat breakfast until 7 a.m. And so that was hard for me at first, but I just like really find things that you enjoy doing after dinner, like go for a walk, drink some tea, play a board game, do something nice and productive for yourself rather than eating. If you are hungry after dinner, you can always have some like roasted vegetables or some protein or something, but there's not a whole lot of stuff that you need after dinner. If you want more, try this. This is great for if you are at a barbecue or Thanksgiving or something like that. If you've had a plate of food or you're at a buffet and you still want to eat more, sure, great, you can go. So you can have more, just go through this process. You don't have to tell yourself no. That's where we get into trouble. You can always tell yourself yes. And so if you're still hungry, you can go back for more, but start with water, then have some veggies, then have some protein, then have a feel-good carb. I'll explain more about feel-good carbs too, but feel-good carbs are not processed carbs. It's like fiber-filled carbs, like quinoa or pasta or oatmeal or something like that, then you can have a treat. And there's no limit to this. You can just keep going through the cycle. Just be mindful about it, not mindless. And so this is the way that I will show you how to visually plate your meals. That makes it sustainable. It's super easy. You can follow no matter what, no matter where you are without having to weigh and measure. So breakfast should I always have 2 glasses of water before breakfast. And then in the morning for breakfast, it should be half protein and half feel-good carbs. So feel-good carbs, like I said, are like oatmeal, fruit. It can be something quick and easy that you love to make part of your daily breakfast and something you can do consistently. It can be like cottage cheese and fruit. I do the same thing every single morning. I have the same protein shake every morning. My protein shake it's protein powder. I do like this hormone-friendly protein powder. I do half a banana, frozen strawberries, and I add some zucchini in there for extra credit. Actually, like frozen zucchini makes it thick and creamy. It's delicious. And so it's half protein, half feel-good carbs. Lunch should always be, so drink some water before lunch. Lunch should always be half of your plate should be vegetables to make you full, a quarter of protein to keep you full, and then a quarter of feel-good carbs to keep sustained energy. And I do the same thing. This is a visual of it. Um, so half the plate veggies, a quarter protein, and then a quarter feel-good carbs. And you can always accessorize with like avocado or fats or nuts and things like that to keep it fun and exciting. I always do the same salad. If you know me, you know my salad. I put like a can of salmon in there and I mix it with quinoa and I put meatballs and I do a ton of vegetables. I do arugula and beets, and then I like to add like pistachios and goat cheese and dressing and stuff like that. But it's a huge giant salad. I eat a ton. Um, Dinner should be, so drink your water first, and then your dinner plate should always be 3/4 vegetable and a quarter protein. And then once you're done eating for the night, you're done eating. But make a lot. You can make a big, huge plate of food. Just make sure you're having a lot of veggies. And a good thing, like I loved carbs at night. I love carbs. This was really hard for me at first, but there's so many great options. There's like cauliflower rice. There's hearts of palm pasta. I love zucchini noodles, so I always substitute things. And you can always ask me if you've got questions too. Some great subs for one thing that's really good is eggplant buns. Like, and you bake eggplants, they make delicious sandwiches too. There's so many good options. And once you start having the vegetables, you'll realize like how much more flavorful and delicious they are versus just plain pasta. So if you do want a snack, it should be between lunch and dinner. Start with water and then veggies. And then if you're still hungry, add protein. And then you can add in a carb, a feel-good carb. So I love this too, is different types of emotional eating. I was definitely an emotional eater. I really struggled with emotional eating for a long time. And I just want to tell you, like, emotional eating is not okay. Like, we need emotional healing, not emotional eating. So really check in with yourself if you find yourself emotional eating, if you're like eating for stress, eating for comfort, eating out of fear, out of anger, like check in with yourself and see how you're feeling. Maybe you need to go for a walk. Maybe you need to call a friend. Maybe take a bath. Maybe do something nice for yourself. Really check in with yourself and how you're feeling instead of just eating your feelings, because it's a way to kind of numb out. We always want to take care of ourselves first. So, when you have control over your food and you have control over yourself and your emotions and stuff, you do feel better because control brings calm. So, I know for me, I did a lot of stress eating. I did a lot of what it was innocent eating. Like, oh, I'll just have one, like with food that I know I can't control myself. Maybe this time it'll be different. So this goes back to like knowing yourself, not testing yourself. Like maybe procrastinating eating. I've done that before too. If there's like work I need to do or down the deadline, it's like, oh, I'll eat first. Or being lonely or sad. So, um, oh, is that it? Yeah. Also like I love this too. It's like we get this inclination in our head, like we don't care, like, oh, I don't care, whatever, I'll just eat whatever. But it's like we do care, and you do want to take care of yourself. I know I want to take care of myself. I want to feel better. Like you wouldn't be here if you didn't care. Um, Also another type of emotional eating is like the sense of completion, like trash can. Like you have to eat it. You got to finish it. So here's a recap of the 5-step process that we just went through. We worked through the model, how you can change your thought, what your new mindset should be, and how to challenge your old thoughts that aren't serving you, and what your new thoughts should be. We walked through the pillars, like different ways to think about foods and a complete mindset shift. I know for me, it was just like game changing. What your plate should look like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then emotional eating and what types of emotional eating are. There's so many different types of emotional eating, not just stress eating. And then what you should do instead, like take care of yourself. Maybe go for a walk. Like I said, call a friend, stretch, do something nice for yourself because you deserve to take care of yourself. Okay, go back to your phone. Tell me what your average was, and you can drop it in the chat. I'd love to hear. Uh, okay, 30, someone said 39 minutes. Mine was, what I say, 59 minutes. Okay, the crazy thing is, and maybe most of you aren't like this, but I think the average for everybody, the global average or whatever is 2 hours and 30 minutes a day on social media. And so even if you 15 minutes, that's amazing. Hour and 15 minutes. Okay, you guys are way better than the daily average. That's incredible. Well, good job. Well, just because I hear from people all the time, like that they don't have time to take care of themselves. And like if you did spend an hour on social media a day and you just even took 30 minutes a day away, that would give you an extra 30 hours per month. What? Like 30 hours a month? Like, what would you do with an extra 30 hours a month? That is just an incredible amount of time. I mean, you could learn a new language, you could go to school. There's so many things you could do. So, this is a way to find time for yourself. If you don't have time for yourself, you can look at small things like that and make a shift and find time for yourself. So, this is Jenny, also a great friend of mine who I just love and adore. And she was really missing the tools and support for her mindset, and she'd struggled with gut health. She struggled with food sensitivities. She found out she has Hashimoto's. She was just unaware of that and was struggling with depression and low energy, and just like didn't know where to start, and was feeling like super alone and like really full of excuses and didn't have the accountability. And after we started working together, she was way more mindful of her choices. We also worked through gut health together. She's feeling so much better. She's feeling so supported. She is in the morning, she put it in her calendar where she goes and she walks. She wakes up early, sets her clothes out, and goes for a walk in the morning, and just making really small shifts in her life. And just like embracing new habits. She's just starting to feel better. And it's just so incredibly amazing and uplifting to see these changes. Like we can make big changes in our lives and we can feel so much better without a huge overhaul, without all this time. You know, she's a busy mom of two that works a crazy stressful job with her kids and lots of stuff, and she travels a lot too. And so to see someone like this be able to start feeling better and lose weight and feel more comfortable and confident is just like brings me so much joy. So the 5-step method, it's going to help you break free from all or nothing thinking and restricting dieting, where you can actually have joy in your life without having guilt and still lose weight. Build simple, sustainable habits that fit into your life. You get to learn how to feel like more in control and stop emotional and stress eating. This is all like a flexible approach that works long term. Really improve gut health and hormone health, and like create a wellness routine that you look forward to, because that's what it's all about. And if you enjoyed this mindful method, this is just a small portion of my routine reset. And this is something I am so incredibly proud of and so excited for. And what I hear from women all the time is I don't have a routine, I don't have time, nothing works for me, nothing sticks. I need help staying accountable. And everything that everyone has told me that they've struggled with, I have put together into an 8-week program, the 8-week routine reset. And what you get with the 18 routine reset is you have 7 modules. It's 7 different bite-sized modules. And this is all stuff that is small and bite-sized, just like the mindful method, that will fit into your busy life that you can take and implement without having to do a complete overhaul. We're going to do weekly live meal prep calls. There is a VIP community group. There are VIP one-on-one calls. We're also going to be doing habit stacking. And so the habit stacking is super powerful because if you try to overhaul everything and make all these big changes and it feels super overwhelming and it's not easy to do, it's really easy to just give up and not do it. But if you've got something where it's like easy to implement, it's small and bite size, and you're able to make these small changes over time, it's going to make such a huge difference in your life. And so I will walk you through this whole 8-week program with check-ins and accountability. And so what we'll do with the habit stacking, which I'm so excited about too, like week 1, we start all together, like drinking water. I'm just gonna drink water. And then week 2, we're gonna drink water and write a gratitude list. And then week 3, we're drinking water, writing our gratitude list, and we're taking 10,000 steps. And so we're just slowly building in these little habits over time with accountability and with a group to start to implement change. And change happens like over 21 days, over consistent amount of time. But if you're doing small implementable things, it's going to completely change your routine, completely change your life, and just make you start feeling so much better. Okay, so these are the different modules that are included in the routine reset. The first module is the mindful method. We'll just go a little bit deeper than what we did today. So you'll learn even more. You'll learn how to eat like you love yourself. We'll just dive in a lot deeper to where you never have to diet again and make weight loss feel effortless and fun. Um, and it really will introduce like mindful eating practices, and you get to tune into your body's cues and foster a positive relationship with food. And you'll just learn to nourish yourself without guilt or deprivation, um, which I just so exciting. The reset and sustain module. So this is how you can learn an easy morning routine. I put together a super simple, easy morning routine and a super easy evening routine. I teach a really one of my favorite meditation practices, and I know it may seem weird and silly, but like meditation and calming your mind can completely change your life. And if you've ever tried it, I know sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. Like my um, routine that I teach for the release meditation, it takes like 2 seconds. And you can do it anywhere at any time to just completely shift your mindset, to let go of stress. We also learn about stress management here, how to have a really good sleep routine, and you can really truly reset yourself and your entire routine, but it's all like easy and doable and like time friendly. And it'll just you'll learn how to create easy, effective routines that like seamlessly fit into your daily life. And so it'll really help you establish healthy habits that will like truly support your well-being without overwhelm. And it just makes consistency feel achievable and empowering. So excited about that. The mindset piece is so powerful. We got into a little bit about mindset, but if you don't change your thoughts, you won't be able to change anything. And like mindset is really where it starts to making lasting change. So this is where you can cultivate gratitude and growth. I put together everything I've learned in the last 20 plus years of personal development in here. And like I said, working on your mindset is the very first thing you need to make lasting change. And it won't be as hard as you think to make the change. So you'll get to explore the power of mindset and transforming your health journey, and it will guide you through practices like a gratitude list and self-reflection, and helping you shift your thinking from self-criticism to like self-compassion and resilience, which is such a beautiful thing. Like we all need more of it, right? And I truly believe that movement is medicine. And so this is all of this program is take what you like and leave the rest. Um, and it's not about like working out harder. It's about doing things that you love doing, and figuring out like maybe a 10-minute walk here, or doing yoga and Pilates, but integrating movement into your life that feels joyful and sustainable. Um, and it really this module emphasizes that movement is truly a form of self-care. It's not punishment. Um, and I'm going to offer like adaptable strategies to make physical activity like a really positive part of your routine. We also have a module on meal prepping. And so I've got a whole meal calendar in here. I have you'll have like a blank one and one that's filled out, and a shopping list. I've put all of my recipes in here. Like I am very basic. I love food, but I don't have the time to make really fancy meals right now. So they're all like my 10-minute dinners and 10-minute lunches and super easy breakfast. But what I really do is I go over meal planning, nutrition, and food labels. So I really demystify meal planning and nutrition labels so you can make like informed choices easily. It'll give you like really practical tools to help you create healthy meals that are in line with your lifestyles and goals. And it's really without complexity or confusion. Um, and the next module is gut health, which I've touched on a little bit, but in the gut health module, it's all about like optimizing digestion and well-being, and understanding like the really critical role of gut health in your overall wellness. And this module, you'll explore how to support your digestive system through like dietary choices and lifestyle habits. Um, and this will enhance not only your digestion, but also your energy levels and your mood. Like, I think something like 80% of your serotonin comes from your gut. And so when you have a healthy gut, like you just feel better. So like you will sleep better and have so much more energy. And so you'll learn like what foods to cut out, what foods are anti-inflammatory, what foods are inflammatory, and learn like really how to focus on your gut health so you can like sleep better and feel better and have more energy. And the last module is hormone health, which is my baby, which I'm just so passionate about because I was just certified as a hormone health coach. And so everything in this module is everything I've learned, but it's all in like bite-sized pieces to understand how to optimize your health here. And you could achieve balance through bio-individuality. So one thing that's so important that I emphasize is that we're all different people. We're all different individuals with different needs. And so we're all different. So you get to learn like the intricate world of hormones and how they affect your health. It'll teach you all about the endocrine system and how to balance your hormones through like personalized nutrition, and recognize that everybody is different. And you'll get to learn about like bio-individuality, your primary foods, secondary foods, balancing your hormones through primary food, what kind of nutrition is great for your hormones, your adrenal health, your cortisol, detoxing, like the 5 pillars of hormone harmony, and cycle syncing. So there's just so much good stuff in here. Like I can't even like go over all. We'll also do meal calls too, like I said, and check-ins. And I will say, like all of the modules together is a $1,500 value. The weekly calls are a $1,500 value. The VIP community is a $500 value, and the one-on-one calls, and then the personalized check-ins and habit stacking and everything is a $1,000 value. So it's valued at $4,500, but because I'm opening up this today, we're doing it for $1,487, and then for everyone on the call, it's just $987. So it's $500 off for all of you today. And anyone who signs up, like before the end, we're going to do a Q&A after this. Anyone who signs up before the Q&A will get $700 off the VIP pricing. So the total pricing ends up being like $787 for all 8 weeks. It's the 8-week access to the routine reset portal. You get the weekly live meal prep calls, the one-on-one calls, the community support, the meal plans and the support, personalized plan, weekly check-ins, sustainable routines and nutrition, a weekly habit stacking, and a program that fits into your life. There's so much stuff, group materials, habit stackers, nutrition, food prep, group community support. Like there's just so much good stuff there. So if you do sign up before the end, the code for the first, I'm gonna put the link. If you scan the QR code, it goes right to the website. But I'm gonna post the website in the chat. And then the code for the first, for the $200 off is first 10. Let me put that in the chat. And yes, the gut is your second brain. It totally is. It really is. It's like once I started focusing on gut health, I couldn't believe how much better I felt. It was just nutty. Like it's so wild. Okay, I'm trying to find this link, but you can also grab it with the QR code too. So here is the link. Okay, and then if you enroll in the first 24 hours, you also get a free one-on-one call with me. Okay, this is your free gift. If you want to scan that QR code, that will be your free gift. It's a daily gratitude journal that I put together where you can do like positive affirmations. Today I'm grateful for, something I'm proud of. So don't make sure to grab that. I'm going to leave that open for a minute so you can scan that QR code. So you should have the model you can take with you. You should have this gratitude journal because gratitude makes a huge difference in your life too. Okay, I'm going to stop this share. Hopefully, did everybody get that? Okay, I'm gonna stop the share. Yes, okay, beautiful. And I can always email it to you if you didn't get it. Okay, so I'm gonna open it up to